Oh, it's working. Wonderful. Ugh. Why is the picture all bright and weird? 1 second. I don't know. Okay. Right, let's see if anyone joins. Because it's been about 1,000,000 years since I did a live stream. Literally 1,000,000 years. Okay. Oh, we've got one person. Lovely. Who has joined? Say hello in the chat. Which, by the way, I have no idea how to use because it's been so long. But I'm figuring it out, I think. Oh, people are joining. Lovely. It always takes about a minute. Hello, Nick. How's it going? And Deborah. Oh, hello, Deborah. I was just talking to you on the comments from the last video. Well, the video I just uploaded. How's Guadalajara? How long are you there? I'm now in Mexico City. As I said in that video, I was only there for like a day. So I think it was like 2 days. Yeah. But yeah, I'm back in Mexico City now. Lovely. Can everyone hear and see me okay? Let me know in the chat, because it's been a very long time since I've done this. I think about 4 months. I can't remember the last live stream I did. Oh, James is here as well. Hello, James. How's it going? Oh, good. It sounds good. Thank you, Nick. Awesome. Oh, Deborah, you're there till 4th of November. Oh, so you're going to be there for Dia de Muertos. Hola, Adriana. Welcome back. Oh, Matthew Tasker is here. What's he on about? I'm able to watch a live stream on a train doing 186 miles an hour, but I can't convince people that Mexico is safe. Classic. I will not be mentioning about is Mexico safe ever again. We miss you. Well, I'm back, Adriana. I'm in Mexico. Look. 1 second. Excuse the bed. Mexico flag. Yes. Lovely. I'm back in my normal place that I live in, Mexico City, in Navarte, for about 10 more days, I think. Then I'm going to Oaxaca. Yes, what have you all been up to? Where are you, I was going to say, calling from? This isn't an English lesson. Where are you today? What are you doing? Yes, Day of the Dead is coming. Matthew is on a train home from Paris. Where have you been? Oh, didn't you go to the UK or something? I can't remember. Awesome. Yes, so today, as you've seen in the thumbnail, it says, you decide my next stop in Mexico. So I think on Monday, Curbside Travel, what's happening, and Jaime, I put on Instagram, what did I put on Instagram? I've completely forgotten. Help me decide places to go in Mexico, both on Instagram and on the YouTube community tab. I have a list of places, which you probably can't see, on an old receipt, organised as ever. I've kind of already decided where I want to go, but maybe you can influence my decision. Just to clarify, if I've mentioned it in a couple of videos, so I'm in Mexico City now until the 29th of October. I will then be going back to Oaxaca for Dia de Muertos. You might remember I was there for like a couple of days, like last year, and everyone thought I hated it, but that wasn't the case. I hated the whole travel mundanity thing. That's what that video was about. But hopefully this time we'll see a different side of Oaxaca. I'm actually meeting up with another YouTuber when I'm there. I don't know if he might join today. I don't know. So we're going to do a video together when we're there, so that's cool. And there will be lots of videos from Oaxaca. I will try and do as many as possible when I'm there. Obviously, it will take time to upload them and edit everything. And then after Oaxaca, so 4th of November, the day that Deborah leaves Guadalajara, I'm going to go somewhere. I'm not going to come back to Mexico City. I want to go, so this time in Mexico, I want to go to a lot of new places because there's so many more places in Mexico to explore. And I've had a ton of recommendations that it's like my mind is blown. Where can I go? I have got Chiapas and Baja, California planned for January, February. I did that on a community tab vote thing a while ago. So many of you have voted for Chiapas. So that is absolutely on my list. So yeah, if you haven't seen all of those like requests for places, put your suggestions in the chat. That'll be cool. And I want to go through the list that I've got, because the criteria basically is it needs to be relatively close to Oaxaca, i.e. southern Mexico, central Mexico. It has to be somewhere new. Yeah, so that's the criteria really. Ideally, I want it to be like a magic town, or maybe somewhere by the beach. I'll come on to that in a bit. Where I can just work. Because as you know, I'm writing a book about teaching English online, and I started it in Malaysia and Indonesia, but in reality, there isn't enough days in the week, especially when you're one person and you teach English 3 or 4 days a week, and you're filming and editing, and you need a day off. There is just insufficient time. So yeah, I'll go through the chat for a bit, and then we can look at the suggestions. It's so weird being on YouTube live stream again. I can't get used to it. It's crazy. Nefa, hello. How you doing? I need to reply to your comments, and I'll see you on Tuesday. That's a secret for any other viewers. Nick, you should go to, I can't pronounce that place. So Michoacan, that is on my list. Oaxaca is all planned for Dia de Muertos. It has been planned for about 2 months because I wanted to book ahead. I'm staying a bit far out of Oaxaca Centro, purely because it's cheaper, but I don't mind walking 20 minutes to get into the middle of town. But yeah, somewhere like I can't pronounce anything today. Morelia and other places in Michoacan, many people have commented on. So that's definitely on my plan for. I will make a note of that place. But I've got a pen. How professional am I? Thank you, Nick. Lovely. What is it about that place? Is it a Pueblo Mágico, or is it a larger town, city, whatever? Okay, Deborah, Mexico is safe. Yes, it is, Deborah. I'm glad someone is sane on this live stream. I'm chicken and nothing has ever happened, even if I've been out at night by myself. Same here. Never had an issue at all. The only problem, it didn't directly happen to me, but when I was staying in Doctores in Mexico City, there was a drive-by outside Oxo. There was a car with blown out windows and bullets all over the floor. But, you know, that happens in London every day. You know, that's the only thing I've ever seen in Mexico. Yeah, Tepito, Ecatepec, Doctores, using the metro every day, never an issue. So Matthew went out in Paris to see a comedy show. Oh, I see. Chasing a plate, I hear. I will have a great time in Oaxaca. I will have to watch. It's good timing because your videos are coming out now, right? I didn't know about Meat Alley. I love meat. Therefore, I will be there. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to getting back there in about 9 days, I think. That will be cool. And yeah, YouTube collabs. So I have 2 coming up. Yeah, 2. Is it? Yes, that's right. So one is next week that I'm doing, and another one is in Oaxaca, which will be cool. Because if you've seen the Japan videos, I did videos with an English student, so it was not just me in the video. So I want to do more videos like that. Let me know what you think about that. You know, would you want to see more people in videos? Yes or no? Because I've got so many things coming up with people that potentially could be in videos, as well as going to Acapulco for New Year to meet some subscribers. So that would be really cool. I love Acapulco. It's the best. Controversial choice, I know. Part of me wishes I could change my flights from Viata to cdmx. Yes, I would. I'm not a fan of Viata. Invite Erin. Yeah, where is Erin? Erin is back in the States now. I'm hoping that she will come back at some point and we could do another video again. That'll be really cool. Adriana, Chiapas. Yeah, so that's definitely been the highest amount of suggestions for Chiapas. So I will be going there in January. So after Christmas, New Year, it's all planned for like 4 for 5 weeks maybe. Because, you know, I think what I experienced with San Luis, the reason why I had to go back there was because I didn't plan enough time. yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Lots to do in Chiapas. It's close to Guatemala. I've been to Guatemala before, so I probably won't be going to Guatemala this time. Okay. Gabriela, I'd say go back to Zacatecas. I would love to go back to Zacatecas. It's one of my favourite places. Has a special place in my heart. Jerez, you know what? I looked a couple of weeks ago on Airbnb to see if there were any affordable places in Jerez. Being a very small town, there aren't many places at all, and the ones that are there are a bit out of my price range. So if anyone knows anyone in Jerez that is willing to, put me up for a couple of days, that'd be cool. Go to Puerto Escondido. Okay, I'm going to come on to that in a moment. That's one of my places on my list. Easy. Yes, I know you want me to go to Campeche. I can't pronounce anything. It's a bit too far, to be honest, for this time. Until I've got a bit more money, then that will be off the list. But it's definitely a plan for the future. Nice. Okay, Juan. Okay, nice to be here in Mexico again. Are you in Mexico because you have more views or because you really love Mexico? Oh, interesting. The second one. So over the summer, I was in Belgrade, Paris, London, Hong Kong, Indonesia, Malaysia, Indonesia, Japan, Canada as well. And if you look at those videos, some of those videos have got more videos than Mexico videos. So the Belgrade ones and some of the Montreal ones, Hong Kong, have done better than Mexico. So it's definitely not about views. The thing I think I talked about in a video, that when you've been in a country for a long time and built an audience, you can think that, I shouldn't leave because no one will watch. But actually, a lot of people did continue to watch when I was in those countries. And you get new viewers, new audience. So it's not. I did a video in Japan. Is there more to life than Mexico? Yes, there is. As much as I love Mexico, in terms of YouTube, it's not the be all and end all. Belgrade was crazy. The amount of Serbians subscribing and commenting was through the roof. So I'm not. With Mexico, it's not something that I'm not gonna stay here forever. I've never said that I'm gonna be a moving to Mexico person. I will be leaving again in the new year, like March time, and going somewhere else. So it's not about views. It's because I love Mexico, and because, as you've seen in the video that I just uploaded this morning, if you've watched it, it's somewhere that I feel at home. Everything is perfectly easy and comfortable, and I feel safe. And especially after traveling for 4 months, 11 countries, I've been around the whole world again for the second time in 2 years. It's exhausting, So one of the reasons I'm back here is purely because it's somewhere that I can just slow down a bit and not have to fly everywhere. Last weekend I got 5 flights. 5 flights. Never again. Let's look at the chat again. Okay, take a bus to Mexico City. Yeah, 4 hours to Morelia. Yes, it's definitely on my list. My knowledge of Mexico is still limited to Tijuana, so I'm no help. Tijuana. I've been there once. That was the first place I ever went in Mexico 14 years ago. James, oh my God, 1 second. I'm learning the places to go in Mexico from you. Oh, thank you, James. And you're always drinking coffee. You drink more coffee than I do. Iced coffee, always. Gio, hello, how's it going? Baja, yes, that is on my list for probably February. We'll see. I haven't really planned anything yet. I don't know whether it will be Baja, California, or the other one, sir. You look kind of foggy. Yeah, I don't know why that is. Is it the lighting? Yeah, I think it's just the weird lighting in this room. Let me see if I can move. Is that better? It's better that way, but I've got nothing to put my phone on. My phone is currently on a candle. Classic. It'll have to do, unfortunately. Will be a bit foggy. Yes. Okay. Right, curbside. Just go south from Oaxaca Beach, Puerto Escondido. Yes. I'm going to come on to that in a second. You must be psychic. Okay, Alejandro. Your kids recommend Cancun. I'm never going back to Cancun. Sorry. Not my kind of place. Looks like you cut your hair. When did I cut my hair? It was in, oh God, I can't even remember. It's been short since I left Mexico. I cut it really short in Malaysia. I was meant to dye it blonde, but because I've got dark hair, you have to dye it like 10 times. I did it once and then I couldn't be bothered, so it's been it's been ginger ever since. But the roots are coming through now. I'm thinking of just going back normal colour again. Yes, but I much prefer shorter hair. It's much easier. Gabriela, okay. Jerez. Oh, I love Jerez. You might be going back in December. I haven't been in almost a decade. Yeah, so I was surprised when I did that video. So many people were from there or had family there. Awesome. Wolfgang. I can't do French. Bernardo, yes, Baja California is coming. It'll be next year. Because as you can imagine, having been around the world again, I spend a lot of money on flights. So the next couple of months, as well as the reason why I say it needs to be reasonably close to where I am now is because I can't afford to, fly left, right and centre in Mexico or get buses everywhere. I need to make some money again. That's the reality of it. So yeah, that's that. So on to the places. And if you do have any questions about long-term travel and all that malarkey, put it in the thing, or any questions about the places I've been over the summer. I know a lot of people didn't watch those videos because they're not about Mexico. That's life. But the summer was very interesting. It felt like 4 years, not 4 months. Yeah, Belgrade was brilliant. Paris was brilliant. I had total dramas in Indonesia. I'm going to do a video about that maybe this week. I don't know. So the places on the list. Right, Saltillo. It's near Monterrey. I went through there on the bus. It's too far away. I'm sorry. Campeche, as I said, it's a bit too far for now. Durango. Now, I know it is far, but it's reasonably close to Zacatecas. At this stage, I don't know much about Durango. If you do know anything about Durango, put it on the chat. Easy, that's good timing. You just mentioned Quetzalan. 3 people have mentioned that place. I think I will love it. I googled it when a few people commented about it, and it could be a plan. So I'm kind of what's it? What's the word? I don't know. You know what? It's a toss-up between. That's it. I'm meant to be an English teacher. Between that place and the next one, which is, as many people have said already, including Curbside Travel, Puerto Escondido. So I'm thinking of going there after I leave Oaxaca. It's really close to Oaxaca City. I can get the bus. Well, close. Apparently it takes about 7 hours on the bus because it's, winding roads. But I think in comparison to someone like Vallarta or Cancun or even Acapulco, it's lesser known, I think, and it's not as easy to get to as those places. It's more rustic, it's by the beach, and I really need a relaxing beach time where I can write my book and just get that done by the end of November, because I'm about 75% of the way through in terms of the first draft. Yeah, so that could be on the list. Escondido. Let me know what you think. Is that a good idea? Will I hate it? Will I like it? Yeah, the next one, Quetzalan. Yeah, so I think maybe I will go after Escondido. I'll go back up north, go to that place in December, maybe because it's close to Veracruz, and I love pronouncing Veracruz. So I would like to do that, yes. And then Morelia, and then the other place that someone said. But yeah, so I'm thinking Puerto Escondido and then the other place, right? So they're on my list. And oh my God, someone has sent a super chat. Wolfgang, 25. Oh, that's ridiculous. Crazy. Thank you so much. Oh, that was unexpected. That's made my day. So I can go out and buy some tacos now. Or in actual fact, what that will go towards is things like this. Oh crap. this, my gimbal stabilizer, my new one that I bought in Japan. It's not as good as my old one, if I'm honest. So basically I left my charger for my old one in Kuala Lumpur, and it's now obsolete, so you can't get one unless you get it sent by Amazon, which is going to be a nightmare. So I got this in Japan. So the video that I uploaded this morning was filmed with this. If you see the Japan ones, I'm still figuring out how to use it. So things like that, you know, when people donate money, you don't have to. It's entirely up to you. And also Patreon as well. It goes towards things like this. So, or if, you know, there's something that I want to do in a video that's maybe going to cost a bit of money, then that money goes towards those things. So it's greatly appreciated. You know, you don't have to, but it's up to you. Obviously I work, so, you know, it's not like YouTube is my only income. So it's not essential like it is for many people. But yeah, that's that. So let's look at the chat again. So Gabriella, I wanted to go to Oaxaca for Day of the Dead, but yeah, it takes planning in advance, yes. Which I did. So I booked it, like, I think I booked it when I was in Malaysia last month. Cool. Spooky is back. It's funny how people are miraculously appearing out of the woodwork again. Now I'm back in Mexico. I'm seeing names that I haven't seen in so long. But I would advise if you haven't seen the videos over the summer, watch some of them, because they were extreme character development. So you'll see maybe different types of videos now I'm in Mexico as a result. Yes, please come to Pachuca, Real de Monte. And okay, where is that, Sheila? I've heard of it, but I can't remember. Okay, Juan. Why Mexico is for you like a home and not other countries? Is it because it is cheaper? No, not because it's cheaper. Just curious, do you think Paris is overrated? Perhaps Prague or Belgrade are as beautiful as Paris? Juan is coming out with some amazing questions today. Paris, I'm not sure, because it was my first time there, which is very odd for someone from the UK, because, you know, it's so close, and most people would have gone to Paris when they're a child or something. I never did. So the first time I went was this time, and I purely focused on tourist stuff, and I really liked it. It was very similar to London, but yeah, I could see why it is overrated. It is overrated because, yeah, there are places that are a bit dirty, and, you know, some places that aren't entirely safe. But yeah, somewhere like Belgrade. Oh my god, I love Belgrade. It's the top of my list of places to go back to, because there's not only Belgrade, but Serbia as a country is it's almost like the forgotten part of Europe, because there's so much history there, and it's similar to Mexico in terms of the variety. There's lots of different landscapes and architecture, etc. People just think Serbia is about war and conflict, but it's not. I would go back to Belgrade in a heartbeat, because I am 31% Serbian, or Balkan, whatever. Well, according to that DNA test. I've never been to Prague. I've got friends there, but I've never actually been. Yeah, so something like Serbia, Montenegro, all of those countries in southeastern Europe seem to be forgotten about in compared to like Paris, London. You know what I think about London. Yes. And sorry, the first bit. Why is it like a home and not other countries? I think it's because I spent so much time here, and after travelling for 3 years, I think I don't know how many countries it's been in 3 years. Probably about 30. I'd never stayed anywhere for longer than like 3 months before. I was in New Zealand for 3 months years ago, but with Mexico, I think it's given me that base, you know, where I know people, where the food is very much up my alley. So yeah, that's why I think it feels like home, and it's just that feeling, you know, because I'm used to it. Yes. Another one. Have you ever been in a place non-friendly for tourists? Oh, tons. I think most places I go are non-friendly for tourists. So lots of places in Mexico, you know, like Tepito, Ecatepec.Toles, like I mentioned before. Months ago, very quiet because of all the riots and protests. Where else? Oh, I'm completely stumped. But I usually stay in places that are quite affordable. So the places that I stay in tend to be quite rough, red light districts. I much prefer those types of areas because they're more gritty and real rather than, you know, overly touristic places. Oh, Real del Monte. Someone, I'm sure, is that in Hidalgo? I can't remember. I'm probably wrong, but isn't that the place where there's the Cornish pasty place? I don't know. Yeah, James, looking forward to the book. I'd like to learn how to teach English online. Yes, if I ever get a spare 5 minutes to continue writing it, it'll be out soon. I'm aiming for January, because obviously after I do all the actual writing, I need to check it, get it proofread, and do the whole design aspect. It will be mostly text, so it's not like a tourist guide or something with a load of fancy photos. It is more straight to the point text, but there will be some photos. I'm sure I can find some stock images of some sexy woman who's a teacher with a laptop in front of her, you know. Caesar, yes, happy to see you again too. Where have you been? Okay, Gabriela, from what I heard of Puerto Escondido is that there are a lot of American and Canadian expats, young hippie surfer people. See, that's okay. I don't mind. I mean, you're probably going to say you do mind, but I've mellowed a bit now about the whole expat thing. That's fine with me. Is it quite a relaxing beach area, or is it what? How does it compare to someone like Vallarta? Because I didn't like Vallarta. Yes. Travel bug. How do you avoid burnout? Oh my god. Did I do a video about that? I think I did in San Luis. I can't remember. Pretty much, I'm always burnt out. I'm exhausted today. But I think it's like, for example, the other day I was like, I need to edit a video. I need to have 8 lessons to do. Blah 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 blah. And it's when I recognise that my mind is like that and I can't think clearly, that's when I have to say stop and plan a day off. So Sunday is normally my day off. At least I try to make it to be. So that's the biggest thing. Plan a day off, because I think it's difficult when you work for yourself. You feel like you need to work all the time, and I'm guilty of that. I don't know when to stop. So I do suffer from burnout, even if I don't think there is no big solution. Joey, what's happening, hun? Where have you been, man? Okay, Jaime drove from Oaxaca to Escondido. It's lots of curves. I read about that. It takes a long time. Yeah, that's cool. So I will plan a whole day on a bus to do that. That's no problem. I'm sure I can do some work on a bus. Isabel, how's it going? I liked your comment yesterday. It's hilarious. Yeah, so the pasty place. Oh God, that must be on my list. Where's my bit of paper? So what was it called again? Pachucho. Oh yeah, the pasty place. I know what you mean. That could be something for, I don't know, next year. Brilliant. Oh my God. Where have you visited that was the cheapest to live? Oh my God. I don't even know. I'm stumped. Oh, something like Kyrgyzstan, ridiculously cheap. Well, I hate the use of the word cheap. Affordable, inexpensive. Americans seem to use the word cheap, like chucking it around, but with no concept of the impact that it has. Sorry, any Americans, you know what I mean. Yes, somewhere like Kyrgyzstan, somewhere like Indonesia. You know, I've been in Indonesia 4 times. Very affordable. And Mexico as well. Places in Mexico are relatively affordable for someone that earns in US dollars. I know it's not affordable for everyone. Um, yes. Hello from Guadalajara. Hello. Juan, another question's coming. Do you think Mexico as a Western country for you, is it like an exotic country like Eastern ones? Western. I think a lot of people think, when they think of Mexico, they think of this sepia-toned desert with cactuses and, El Chapo everywhere and cartels, and like it's this developing country. Yes, there are places in Mexico that are less well off, etc. But on the whole, I just see it as just another country in the West. Look at Mexico City. There's some of the rich areas in the city, but not exotic. No, I don't know if I would even describe Eastern countries as exotic. Maybe if it was my first time in an Asian country, then yeah, probably I would. But this is going to sound so entitled, but because I've been to Asia so many times, it doesn't feel like that anymore. Maybe that's the same in Mexico as well. Everywhere's different. Cynthia, thank you very much. Let me see what your question is. 1 second. Oh God, so many places to choose from. Wherever you go, I'll be sure to follow. Oh, thank you, Cynthia. Cynthia is the best. And I'm so close to Texas. I need to come to Texas. Because you know what? When I was in Los Angeles at the airport last week, I forgot everyone's so nice. I know they're in service industry and all that, but everyone's asking, oh, have you got any questions? Do you need any help? That wouldn't happen in the UK. You just get this grunt in the UK from people at airports. But maybe my relationship with America is changing. I've been to Dallas before for storm chasing, but that was it. So yeah, maybe I could come to Texas when I leave Mexico. That might be a good idea. That's if they let me into the States. They're normally okay with it. Yeah, next year I'm not sure what's going to happen next year. I want to write another book about the 1,000 days of travel, and Brazil. I've always wanted to go back to Brazil. I've been there twice before, only to Sao Paulo and Rio. So I would love to do something similar in Brazil, like with Mexico. Stay there for a long period. That's a possible option. Because as I said, there is more to the world than Mexico. And I want to move to Germany, like long term. I would love to move to somewhere like Germany, get a cat, get a place to live. I could still travel in Europe. I'd be close to the UK. If I need to go back there, I need to go back to the UK next year anyway, because I need to get a new passport. I know I could get it in Mexico and get it sent here or wherever, but I might as well just go back there. Yeah, so that's happening next year maybe. Let me go back. Aguas Calientes, yes, that was on my list as well. Oh my God. But I think the next few months are kind of sorted now. Puerto Escondido and Quetzalan. I will do some more Googling. Then January, February, Chiapas and Baja, California. So that's pretty much the whole time planned. Lovely, because I have to leave in April because of the 6 months thing. Someone just said you should go to Puebla. Alejandro, I've been there twice already. Everyone seems to not know that I've been to Puebla. I've been to Cholula, Atlixco. I did loads of videos in Puebla. I don't know why people don't realise I've been there. But I would have to go back there because I've got friends there. And it's a nice place. So, yeah. Gabriela, so back to Escondido. It's very chill and relaxed. That's good. Yoga. I've never done yoga. Surfing, I can't surf. Vegan, I'm not vegan. Lol. I've never been, but it sounds nice. Not too touristy, just a small community of expats. That's fine. That's perfect. I'm thinking this is going to be good because you know what? Why are my headphones in? I don't even need headphones. Acapulco. I loved Acapulco. So I think my view of beach areas is changing, definitely. Oh my God, we're on 35 minutes already. Cervantino, Guanajuato. I don't know if I would go back to Guanajuato. I've been there twice, but we'll see. So travel bug. Okay, we're back to burnout. Yeah, I'm totally fried after 1 year as a nomad. Nice hair. Autumn sunrise. Yeah. So yeah, I think I explained before. It was meant to go blonde, but because I've got dark hair, I have to bleach it like 10 times. But I gave up. Yeah. So yeah, a lot of people don't realise this whole travelling and working thing. You know, it's not a case I could just go out every day and film a video. Monday, I have English lessons all day. Wednesday, Saturday, a little bit on Friday. Sunday, I have to plan lessons for the next week. So it only leaves me really Tuesday and Thursday and a bit of Friday to film and edit, plus write a book. There aren't enough days in the week, you know. And some days I might do everything all on the same day. You know, I might have 6 lessons, then I'll be editing. That was yesterday. I didn't go to bed till 3 o'clock in the morning. You can probably tell. Yeah, so it's not like I can go to all these places. Money is another thing. Money isn't an endless. There isn't a fountain of money coming from the sky. I have to earn money. You know. Right. Let's. Wait 1 second. Okay. Last week, Ubi Live was in New York. It was an experience full of weed, and a lot of trash on the sidewalk. A lot of angry. Is it angry? Great city, no matter that. Okay, yeah. I've never been to New York. I've been to the airport twice, JFK, but I've never left the airport. Weed, yeah. So Montreal, I think I talked about that in a Montreal video. The whole fact that weed was legalised last year. It was disgusting. I hate it. Even though I smoke cigarettes, it made me sick. The guy downstairs was smoking weed all the time. I think there was a bit of a novelty thing. But if you want to smoke weed, no problem. Right. Oh, curbside. I will fly to Puerto Escondido. Is there an airport there? I'm sure there is. Need to leave Whistler, Canada. Got too many girls pregnant. Okay, hun. I will see you there. We can do a video together. That'll be another one that I'm doing. I swear, and there's never going to be any videos with just me in anymore. Right. Aloha. What are your criterias for a good destination? Affordable, variety of things to do, good food, not high altitude, because that's why I can't live in Mexico City anymore. I had altitude sickness for the first few days when I was here. And probably also maybe the non-tourist thing. So the places that haven't been covered a lot. So like with Belgrade, you know, that wouldn't be the first everyone's first thought of place of somewhere to go in Europe. But those 3 videos I did in Belgrade, they're the ones I'm most proud of the whole year, I think. Apart from the 1,000 day video, that took 2 weeks to edit. If you haven't seen that, by the way, watch that one. It's a shocker. Yeah, that's it really. I'm not too bothered about weather. I don't particularly like hot destinations because it just gets too much. So if somewhere is a bit cold, no problem, hun. Jaime, if you go to Pachuca, you might rather stay in Mineral del Monte. It is very near like Pueblo Cholula. Oh, cool. I've got to write that down now, have I? Okay, 1 second. 1 second. Where is it? Mineral del Monte. Okay. The man from Del Monte. Awesome. Deborah, have you ever been to California? Yes. Many nice places to visit, but expensive compared to Mexico. Indeed. So in 2005, I met 2 friends of mine who were traveling. I was originally meant to travel with them for like 2 years, but I can't remember why I didn't. But in the end, I decided to go and travel with them for a few months. So I flew to LA, we went to Vegas, Death Valley, San Diego. That's when I went to Tijuana, over the border. So that was it. So it's mainly like Southern California. So I haven't been up to like San Francisco and places like that. Sacramento. Someone else was from Sacramento. I flew over there as I was coming into LA. yes, I would love to go back to California, but go north, I think. Curbside travel has been there recently. Yes. Lots of mines. Okay, anywhere with mines is good. I swear, if I lose this bit of paper, I'm going to kill myself. Yeah, so that's that. So I think we've decided Puerto Escondido, November the 4th. Then that other place, Quetzalán. I'm going to do some more Googling. Thank you very much. Awesome. Yeah. I'm done. Yeah, don't lose the info. I'm going to put this in my pants because no one ever goes in there except me. You know where I'd love to go in the States? I've always wanted to go up to Mount St. Helens, that you just mentioned, Oregon, because I'm a volcano geek. So I would love to go up there. But yeah, it's just expensive. I need to find a way of doing it. If I moved back to the UK, I would need to. I don't know how I would survive. Similarly with Germany, I think I can do it, but I need to make a bit of money first. Aloha state of mind. Been to Hawaii? Yes, I have. In 2007, I went. I don't know how I did that trip. I must have had like gold coming out of my bumhole, but I flew to Honolulu and I went to where did I go? Maui, Kauai, and the Big Island. So I went to all the 4 major ones, and I flew to each island and rented a car on each island. No idea how I had the money for that. But Hawaii was cool. Yeah, so I went to Volcanoes National Park, you know, with the lava over the road. Not the lava, the rock that was lava. And, you know, you have to get out and walk, and you see the road signs, like, at an angle where they've been knocked over by the lava flows. Yeah. Awesome. I'd love to go back to Hawaii. But, yeah, expensive. Cool. So that is that. So this week, coming up this week, I'm filming a video with someone that was on here earlier. It's Nefa, who is the lady who was in the Mole Poblano video. We're doing a video in and around Garibaldi and Guerrero, another place that people say is unsafe in Mexico City. Then I'm doing, it's not 100% confirmed, because we're still thinking about what we can do, next Sunday with another YouTube channel. 2 Mexican guys. And it is Desfile Dia de Muertos next Sunday. I know I did a video completely about that last year, but we might go to that, but it will be just part of the video rather than the whole thing. Yeah, so exciting times. And then the week after that, it's off to Oaxaca. Fingers crossed. Lovely. Any last questions? I think I've answered everything. Yes, Cynthia, Northwest US is expensive. Bloody US, too expensive. Blame Donald Trump. It was so funny about the pants. Yes, good to see you, Gabriella, and everyone else. Yes. Oh, my throat hurts. How do you think I feel after 8 hours of English lessons? Oh my god, there was just an explosion. Where do you buy bleach? Hard to find in Malaysia. That's a good question. Watson's. I went to Watson's, and there were only 2 varieties of bleach, but even the strongest one was crap. Hence why I would have to get like 3 different bleaches to do it. Even in Japan, I couldn't really find any good bleach. Juan, when you're going to release your book, it'll be the teaching one will probably be early next year. It's not going to be for everyone. It's only for people that are looking to teach English online. So it's nothing to do with travel, nothing to do with Mexico. The one that I want to do next year, which is going to take a long time, it might even take like 3 years, is to write the book about the 1,000 days of travel and the changes that take place. So the 1,000 day video I did in Hong Kong. What is these explosions? Never mind. that 1,000 day video in Hong Kong is pretty much what the book will be about. That video summarised what that book would be about. So wonderful. Who's talking about Acapulco? ML Wessel. I love Acapulco. I'll be back there in a couple of months. Cool. Yeah, so about the book, yeah. People are actually interested in this book. So I'll keep you updated as always on this channel and Instagram and everything. I'm thinking Friday every week will be my writing day, because I only normally have like 2 lessons in the morning on Friday, so I can then just spend the rest of the day writing. I'm amazed with how once you get started, you just can't stop. But obviously I need to go through it and check and proofread and all that malarkey. There are a lot of changes with italki that happen, and there's even been changes since I started writing the book, so it's a case that I might have to update it as and when. Ryan, Japan. Yes, Japan. I think that this video has already got more views than the Japan videos combined. But that's life, that's YouTube. The cat video was awesome. Yeah, Ryan, I was just in Japan for 2 weeks. And I was there, I've been there for 5 months before. Have you? I don't know if you're new or not. Love Japan. Brilliant. It's right up there with Mexico. I've been to Lima 10 years ago. I did 6 weeks in South America. Hence why I want to go back there, because 6 weeks wasn't very long. I know I was in Colombia last year for 3 months. Yes, I don't know. Everything is falling on the floor now. Fantastic. So, yes, thank you for joining, everyone. I'm going to call it a day because I'm absolutely exhausted. Although in reality, I'm going to go to Starbucks and plan my lessons for the week. Let's just quickly answer this last question from George. Hello, George. Do you like Japanese food in Mexico? Yes and no. So I think it's a bit hit and miss. So I think Japanese food in Mexico tends to be more Mexican Japanese food. So there tends to be like queso Oaxaca or salchicha or some kind of salsa in it, which is just weird. But there is a place in Mexico City. Maybe I should do this in a video. Where is it? I went there once. I can't remember where it was, but they did amazing ramen. I think it's in Condesa. Oh God, Condesa. Maybe I'll do that this week. Yeah, Japanese food in Mexico. I was thinking of doing a video like other countries' food in Mexico and how it compares to real life food in those countries. So that could be something. Juan, when are you going to make videos on UK? I have. I was in London a couple of years ago. I did about 13 videos, I think. But yeah, Birmingham, Liverpool, Bristol, Edinburgh, or Glasgow. That's very interesting. Yeah, I've never really thought about that. I don't know if people watch them. Yeah, I don't know if people are that interested in places like that in the UK. I love Bristol. I've never been to Liverpool, never been to Birmingham, and never been to Scotland. I've only ever been to Wales. And did someone just mention Chasing a Plate? Have fun and relax, maybe try to meet Chasing a Plate. So you might not know this, I met them about 2 years ago in Malaysia. I did a video about the cheese naan in Kuala Lumpur, and we went there together, but I went there separately and filmed the video. But unfortunately, yeah, unfortunately we're not going to be in the same place. We're like ships in the night. So they've just left Oaxaca and they're in Puebla now. And I'm going to Oaxaca next week. So, and I think we missed each other as well in Mexico City, because I was meant to come here earlier, but I didn't. I can't remember why. Flights or something. But yeah, I'd love to meet up with them again. Food geniuses. Wero, no, I don't know them. These big channels, they're never going to do a video with me, so there's not even any point. And also the thing with collabs as well is that they have to be, you know, they're kind of the similar channels, you know. It wouldn't work me doing a video with a YouTube couple or something like that. So the one I'm doing in Oaxaca is with a single person, male, you know, there are some similarities there. Interesting. So you'd watch videos from the UK. But the only problem is the weather. You know, the thing I noticed coming back to Mexico in that Guadalajara video I actually have to do color correction on videos again, because in Hong Kong and Japan everything was grey. But Mexico, everything's colourful. Cool. ML Wessel, I don't know what you mean. Oh, Bucerius, what's that? I'm there next week. No idea. Dan, hello. I'm a huge motorsport fan and I'm off to Indianapolis next year for the 500. Yes, I'm a race fan. Do you have any plans to attend the Mexican Grand Prix? Interesting question. So I talked about this on Instagram when I got here. So when I was in Montreal, I was there like a week after the Canadian Grand Prix. When I was in Malaysia, the Singapore Grand Prix, I was in Malaysia at the time. I'd been to the Singapore Grand Prix twice before. That's why I didn't go to it this time. And where else? And when I was in Japan, I left Japan on the weekend of the Japanese Grand Prix. So I've been following around the world completely unintentionally. But you know what? I thought the Mexican Grand Prix was on the week after, because last year it was on the same day as Dia de Muertos. But this year it's the year. Firstly, I can't afford it because all the flights I've got over the last 4 months, I can't afford tickets for Formula One. Something's just gone wrong with my streaming thing. Oh no, it's back. But I would love to, because championship decider I think this weekend. But maybe next year I might look at going to some Formula One, especially if I'm in Europe, maybe over the summer. Plenty of opportunities there. I go to Hungary, Austria. I've been to Monaco about 8 years ago, I think. Indy 500. I would love to go to the Indy 500. That would be epic. Because this Sunday, the day of the Mexican Grand Prix, is also the parade for Dia de Muertos. Okay, all YouTubers are like a brotherhood here in Mexico. They are traveling a lot together. See, I don't really like doing things with other people unless we really click. You have to have a good relationship for these videos to work. Otherwise, they can just come across really fake. I'm being honest. I don't watch a lot of YouTubers, believe it or not. People think that just because you do YouTube, you watch all these other channels. I don't watch any of these channels, except Chasing a Plate, because I've known them for a few years, and I've met them. Erin, obviously. Who else? That's about it. Most of the videos I watch on YouTube are Formula One videos and the Sims 100 Baby Challenge. I don't really watch YouTube videos. Of course, I watch Curbside Travel as well. Yes. Oh, okay, so that place is north of Vallarta. Okay. Aussie Awesome, never heard of him. There's quite a few in Japan, isn't there? But because it's been a few years since I've been in Japan, I've kind of lost touch with Japan. You can see by those videos, no one watched them compared to the last time I was in Japan. My highest viewed video is the sex shop one in Akihabara in Tokyo. But that's life, that's YouTube. George, would you go back to Monterey? If I'm honest, no. I didn't like it. It just wasn't my kind of place. Plus, when I was there, oh my God, it was 46 degrees. I almost died. Yes. Gabriella's comment has just made my century. A lot of these foreign YouTubers in Mexico are annoying. They are. I'm annoying. We're all annoying. That's hilarious. What is going on, Juan? You're coming out with these amazing questions. When would you go to Iran or North Korea? So if you were watching Instagram or even YouTube community tab during the summer, I actually had a trip planned to Iran for October, which was like a press trip, whatever that means. Basically, you get paid by a tour company or what should we call it? Tourist board to go to a country that not a lot of people go to. And it was all ready to go, but then the company went bust. or they had money problems or something. So we had to cancel it. So I think it was 15 days in Iran, filming like videos every day. And they were going to fly me to Iran from Malaysia and then fly me to Europe so I could come to Mexico. But in the end, it got cancelled. So I would go to Iran. I watched, who was it? There was an Australian couple that got put in prison or something because they were flying a drone in Iran. Stupid. Anyone with common sense knows you don't do things like that. I don't know what's happening with them now. North Korea, I don't think I would. I've actually been to North Korea. Well, when I was in Seoul, I went to the DMZ, and you can go across the border like for 10 seconds in that little room. Not really North Korea, but I don't know if it doesn't really appeal to me. I think a lot of YouTubers just go there to get views. Of course, I would never do that. But it doesn't really appeal to me, if I'm honest. Ryan, I love Bogota. Interesting. I wasn't there very long. I spent most of the time in Medellin. Again, high altitude. I can't deal with it. El Wessel, I lived in Tokyo in the 90s. It was crazy. I would love to be a bit older. I am almost 40, by the way. I was born in 1982. But the first time I travelled anywhere was 2001 to Bangkok when I was 19. I didn't go anywhere before then. Hence why I said people that go to Paris and Spain and that from England. I never did. Have I tried ASMR? No. I don't understand it. What's the point of it? Will that help with burnout? I don't know. In the winter it gets very cold. Is that in Bogota? I can't remember. Who knows? I'm going to go in a minute because it's an hour. That's always the limit. I taught ESL in Amman. That was interesting. It was a uni job. Iran used them for a prisoner swap. Oh, interesting. I'm going to have to Google them again afterwards. See what happens. Would I go to isolated islands like Tonga or Pascua or Tristan? All these places I can't pronounce. Yeah, I've got no issue going there. Just expensive, I guess, to get there. I think if I was in Australia or something, it would be easier to get to, or New Zealand. I would love to go back to New Zealand, but since I've been there, it's so much more expensive. I'm not ever going to mention that, curbside travel. Yeah, it is better. Classic. Yes, so this time I'm definitely going because I'm starving. I haven't had anything to eat. I need a coffee and I've got work to do. Yes, that is reality of life. Yeah, thank you for the list. I've got a list as long as my arm now of places I'm going to. So thanks very much. We'll do another live stream, I don't know, a couple of weeks or something. Maybe when I'm in Oaxaca, if the Wi-Fi's any good. We'll see what happens. Lovely. Bye, everyone. How do I stop this again? I can't. Hang on a minute. How do I end what live stream? I can't remember. I have no idea. Well, it looks like we'll be stuck on here forever because I can't end it. Oh, there we go. Right. Goodbye, everyone.